Hello everyone, and I believe yesterday, Pilot Train Flight Simulator got a massive update. So let's check it out. Let's go to Great Rockford. And let's spawn in our plane. Head over to the terminal. Our first, we got a new plane, that being the DC-10. And the creator did say there were some issues with deliveries, so I'm not sure if we have all the liveries, so this is what we have right now. So, and we also got a new DC-10 freighter, only one livery. And we also got a DC-10 tanker, KC-10 actually. So yeah, let's spawn in our DC-10. What airline should we go with? How about classic KLM? Ooh, the retro KLM. Nice. Reversing. And since we have the DC-10, I'm like, I can see a lot of American Airline Flight 191 recreations. But that recreation would be accurate because I think this DC-10 is based off of the DC-10-10 because there's no middle landing gear. If this was the DC-10-30, then there would be a middle landing gear. But I see why Orange didn't add the middle landing gear because, you know, we got the MD-11 and the MD-11 has a middle landing gear. Speaking of the MD-11, maybe we could do a comparison as we crash into the UPS 747. Hey, 747 makes appearance in today's video. Nice. As you can see, Great Rockford, pretty busy, like always. Since it is probably I think it's the biggest airport in the game. So yeah, this explains why it would be so busy. And it's the only airport in the game with 3 runways. Oh. Lightning. So, looks like it's also a bit of a thunderstorm. So, here's the inside. Got a nice 2x2x2 seating configuration as I drive off the taxiway. Let's get back onto our taxiway. Hey, like I said earlier, maybe after when we're done our flight, we could do some comparisons between the DC-10 and the older MD-11. Since the MD-11 was added first. I was actually not expecting the DC-10 to be added because I think Orange doesn't add planes that are similar to each other. And the MD-11 and DC-10 are pretty similar since they're both tri-jets made by the same company. So, yeah. So, I was not expecting the DC-10 to be added. So, what I voted for in the new plane update before DC-10 was added was the McDonnell Douglas DC-3 because, you know, it would be nice to have the DC-3 in-game. Taking off. We're in the air. Gear up. And let's fly. I believe there is a new mobile thing added in this update, so now players can tell. So PC players, I believe, can tell if a player is online or not. Why do I feel like in this update the mobile flight controls are a bit different? Oh well. We're literally going up to 3,000 feet. That was the only reason why we're going up to 3,000 feet is literally me trying to turn. So, let's do a nice flight from Great Rockford to Perth. And you probably know why we're flying to Perth, if you haven't seen, Wes's video on the pilot training flight sim update. God damn it. As you can tell in the picture of the game, we got the DC-10, but in the retro, one of my favorite, well, my second favorite retro United Airlines livery. If you're wondering what my first favorite retro airlines for, what my first favorite retro airline for United Airlines is, it's the airline. It's very much the livery on United Airlines Flight 232. So let's spawn at Perth, and yep, you may have noticed, Perth has got a remodel. One of my favorite airports in game got a remodel, which is nice. You may be asking, why is it so bright? It's because Roblox updated their lighting engine, so that's why everything's so bright. Starting with the main entrance, we got don't really know what you would call this, the thing where you put your luggage on. And then we got a few more of those. Then we would head up here into the main terminal, which got a complete remaster. So usually in the old terminal, you would spawn like right by. In the old terminal, you would spawn right somewhere around here. But no, in the new terminal, we would spawn somewhere else, where you guys saw. So yeah, this is the main terminal. And we have the Grand Cruise Station, which also got an update. Now it's similar to the one at Orenji, aka Haneda / Tokyo International. So yeah. We also got a few bus gates right here for a few smaller planes, like your 737s and A320s. And here's the new extended terminal, which is actually like the terminal in So yeah, we got a new extended terminal for, I believe, all your smaller planes, like your 737s and A320s, like I said earlier. Here's the spawning options. 707, A320, 737, and A220. And with the main terminal, where you can spawn the bigger planes, I'll show you those options. Let me just get there. Hold on. Okay, we're back. So for the big main terminal, here's your options. Concorde, MD-11, 757, 707, A320, A330, A340, 787, A380, 737, 767, 777, 747, A350, A220. So, oh yeah, we also got this like the double terminal thing, which is actually what those gateways actually look like in real life. So yeah, here's the outside view of the terminal. Now similar to real life, the ATC tower got moved back. behind the terminal, but the ATC tower didn't get an update because it was based off of the ATC tower anyway. We also got a second terminal right here, which I believe is like for domestic planes. If you're curious what the spawn options are for this small terminal right here, I'll show you. Well, you can obviously spawn these. Here's all the planes that can fit here. The ATR-72, A220, A320, 707, 727, 737, 757, CRJ-700, Q400, MD-90, and E190. So yeah. So, and we also got a larger cargo area, which is nice. Now, let's get to our MD-11 and DC-10 comparison. Hey, KLM 787. A lot of Boeing planes making appearances. Nice. I like Boeing. But I also like Airbus. So let's spawn in our DC-10. KLM. Since I like KLM. No, I do not live in Amsterdam. I just spawn KLM because I like KLM. No, not you, military. And now I like how they put the DC-10 right beside the MD-11. I thought it would be right beside the L-10-11 TriStar, but no. Hey, that's funny. Wait. Never mind. So, KLM MD-11. As you can see with the MD-11, we got the newer KLM livery. DC-10, retro. Of course, the main thing is, MD-11 has middle landing gear. The DC-10 does not. Of course, the engines are different. The modern livery has like a white engine. Retro has a gray engine. I believe the tail engines are quite similar. Just the DC-10 has like a different design at the gray thing. MD-11 has winglets. The DC-10 doesn't. But since the DC-10 is a newer plane, it got more detailed landing gear, while the MD-11, it's just bleh. Interior, MD-11 cockpit, and this is what you would expect with an old model. And DC-10. Hold on. Hey, it's funny how we actually got a KLM 787, KLM DC-10. Oh. DC-10 despawned. Let's respawn it. But I think it's funny how we got a KLM 787, a KLM DC-10, and a KLM MD-11 all right beside each other. That's funny. Oh yeah, retro livery. Black thing on the nose bubble. Modern livery doesn't. Here's the cockpit of the DC-10. Very nice. And we got this little control panel right here for all the electricals and breakers. No, I don't want to sit there. Here's the interior. Oh. It starts as a 1x2x1 seating configuration, then moves on to a 2x2. So yeah, here's the interior of the DC. So that's the interior of the DC-10. MD-11. Now, we got the MD-11 interior. Hop out of the cockpit. And, yeah. We get... Whoa. Hold on. Yeah, with the interior of the MD-11, it's just a 1x2 seating configuration. But we actually have these little door outlets right here for the MD-11, which are not on the DC-10. Then after a while, it goes to the 2x2 seating configuration like we saw in DC-10. I just fell through the plane. That was interesting. And yeah. So yeah, that was just a quick little comparison between the MD-11 and DC-10 that I wanted to do. Anyways, let's check out the cargo DC-10. Only one livery for the DC-10 right now. Federal Express, which in reality stands for FedEx Express. Federal Express. Of course, this is the old FedEx livery. And the 11, all the way at the first terminal, has the modern FedEx livery. And we also got that nice cargo door. Still trying. Wait, hold on. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Hold on. Here's the cargo hold. Very empty, but it's meant to be empty since this is a cargo plane. Trying to figure out how to open. Oh, there's a switch for the cargo door. Hey, that's nice. So yeah, you could load cargo in there. So shut the door. And now we'll check out the tanker. Oh, our KLM DC-10 and MD-11 despawned. Oh well. But here we are with the tanker. It's pretty much just like the cargo version, but just fully gray. And different logos. And we also got the boom right here. I believe that was the boom. And we also got a similar cargo hold to the cargo DC-10. So, could also act like a cargo DC-10 as well. Oh yeah, I forgot. You can't deploy the boom until you're in the air, but yeah. Speaking of which, there's also another new airport. Let's go there. Hey, KC-707, one of the older tankers in game. Of course, we're in the newer tanker, KC-10. Ooh, you know what would be super cool? If they added this, the Firefighter DC-10. That would be interesting to add. Hey, American Airlines DC-10. Taxiways and runways are still the same here in Perth, though. Oh god. But we actually have a roadway connecting now. This is what happens if you go full speed during takeoff. Taxiing. Take off. Near miss there. Gear up. Now let's fly to Tokyo, aka Orenji. Yes, I actually know how to say Orenji now. Unlike my first video, where I could not say Orenji correctly, but now I'm used to the controls in game. Yeah. Oh yeah, we also got console support for Pilot Training Flight Sim, so now controller players can play. So yeah. So, making our way to the new airport, which I actually checked out earlier today off camera. Well, not when I was not recording this review video. Now, my last ptfs video was, well, not my recent ptfs video, but my last video was 3 months ago, so I'm like, dang, I need to make a new review video. So I thought I might as well make this review. Sorry I didn't review about the A330, A340, and Beluga remodel, but hey, we'll check out those planes in this review today as well. So it'll be like a combination of the 2 updates, which that would be cool. So the new airport is right here. Oh god. Whoops. I didn't realize that was too low. Crashed into the water. I don't feel like swimming to the island, so let's just reset. And here we are at the new airport, Bird Island, which I believe replaced the small rock island before Bird Island was added. You know that, like, little small island in front of Tokyo? So yeah, you can only spawn light aircraft here, which makes sense. It is a small airport. So I believe the helicopter controls actually got an update, so let's check those out. If I can get in. There we go. So yeah, I believe the helicopter controls got an update. First, let's take off. There we go, in the air. So if you want to go full speed now, I believe you don't have to go fully forward anymore. So yeah. And also we can like hover in the air now, which is something really difficult with the old controls. So yeah, I think that's all with the helicopter update. Now, you know what's the best way to land a helicopter pilot training flight sim? Turn the engine off. And fall out of the sky. At 1,000 feet in the air. Oh yeah, we're descending quick now. Doesn't look like we're descending quick, but if you look at our altitude meter, we're descending fast. But right now, it only looks like we're falling slow. But you can see we are moving. If you look down. Oh god, we're going to crash. Are we going to crash into the hangar? Probably not. Okay, we're going to miss the hangar. And butter. That was so butter, right? Oh yeah, I believe there's also new Easter egg on this island. Hey, we also got like some nice little campfires. So let's try and find this new Easter egg. I believe it's like a turtle Easter egg. If it's a turtle Easter egg, it has to be somewhere out on the beach. So let's try and find it. Good thing we have our trusty, handy-dandy run tool. Maybe it's on the other side of the island. Let's see. Let me see real quick. Here it is. Oh, right when I find the Easter egg. Hold on. Give me a moment. Okay, we're back. Let's head back to our the Easter egg, which is right by these rocks here. And there it is. Well, it's more like a badge. Find the turtle badge. So, yeah. We got So, I believe that's everything with this ptfs update. So now, wait, hold on, I missed something. So, yeah, the German A340 from the last update actually now has flares, which is interesting. Usually I would only find flares on the US Air Force Game Pass or the fighter jets in-game. But, I mean, this is also, like, I guess this is, but I mean, this is also like a presidential plane. So yeah, this plane actually has flares now, which is nice. Now that we got that out of the way, the final thing for this ptfs update has to do with the plane spawner. We actually have a search feature, which is cool. So now we can so if you don't want to scroll to find the plane like this, you can just use the search feature. Hey, we got a Dreamlifter, the best plane in the game. Well, best cargo plane in the game. Speaking of cargo planes, we got a FedEx ATR-72. Now for the A330, A340 Airbus Beluga remodel. So here we are, starting with the A330. Got some nice selection of liveries here. Well, since we've been doing a lot of KLM, let's do a KLM A330. So we're moving on to the A330, A340, A330, A340 Airbus Beluga update. So yeah, plane got a nice remodel. We got new landing gear. I think the engines are still the same, but yeah, landing gear got more detail, and that nose also got a nice update. Interior, here we are with the cockpit. Looks much better than the old one. I did not mean to run out of the plane like that. We got the interior, the 1x2 scene configuration, like we saw on MD-11. Then it goes into a 2x2 scene configuration, like we saw on the DC-10. And then it goes back to a 1x2 scene configuration. Alright. We're running out of terminals here. So, moving on to the A340 revamp, aka remodel. Unfortunately, KLM never operated the A340. That would look pretty cursed, though, if KLM did. So we'll do the next best thing. But yeah, here's all the liveries for the A340 now. So we're doing the next best thing for KLM. Air Canada. This is the retro Air Canada with when they only had the maple leaf on the tail, not the circle around the maple leaf, and no black underbottom. Like with the A330, got some new landing gear. So this is, I believe this A340 is based off the A340 500. I could be wrong though. Here we are, cockpit. Looks very nice. Same Same two seats back here, like on the A330, but this seat right here is folded. Here we are, interior. Goes to 1x2s. I mean, 1x2x1 sitting configuration. Then like the A330, 2x2 seating configuration. And then it goes back to a 1x2 seating configuration. Hey, guess what? Not only the Boeing Dreamlifter made an appearance in this video, but the Airbus Beluga will as well. So, where are you, Beluga? Where are you? There you go. So, as you can see with the Beluga profile, it's different because it's no longer the Airbus Beluga. It's the Beluga XL. Very nice. Maybe one day, we'll get the old Beluga back, but who knows? I actually plane spotted one of these. You can see the butter landing of the Airbus Beluga XL on my vlog channel. With all the other ones, we got nice detailed landing gear. We also got this like black stripe going around the cockpit. Well, a mask, if you want to be like the other Airbus planes. We also got the eye on both sides, and we still got the Airbus Beluga text, but now there's a big XL. And there's also XL on the stabilizers as well. Here we are with the interior. Nice cockpit. Same like the A330 and the A340. 2 seats, 1 folded. We got some more. And if we leave the cockpit, we got some more folded up seats right here. And oh, we actually we have a hatch here. We got a hatch right here, which I believe this is actually how they entered the Airbus Beluga in real life. So if you were ever a pilot on the Airbus Beluga, you would have to open this hatch to get in. Let's close that. And we can't get into the cargo hold, but with the power of free cam, we can. Yeah. Here we are. Yeah, nothing special. Go back to... Wait. Oh yeah, I also forgot to say. We can... Hold on. We could change the tail number. So, there are currently 6 Airbus Belugas by the tail number you just saw. Wait a minute. Ooh. And also to get your cargo inside, we can open up the top of the Airbus Beluga. That's probably why the cockpit is bent down so low, so Airbus could do that feature. Why not do open the tail like the Dreamlifter? I don't know, but let's shut that. And anybody remember the video where I tried to land on the old perf terminal? Well, to end these two update reviews as a special sequel to that video, let's try to land on top of the new perf terminal. with the Airbus Beluga XL. If the actual Airbus Beluga XL landed on top of the Perth Terminal IRL, Perth International would straight up just collapse and fall apart. But with PTFS physics in game, none of the buildings collapse. So hopefully we get the normal Beluga back, not the XL. But yeah, we also have Beluga and XL underneath the fuel tank. Same engines, because this is based off of the because Beluga XL, I believe, was based off of the A330. I could be wrong though. Whenever I do the flight controls on mobile, I always think whenever I pull my joystick down on mobile and I pull down, I think I will pull down, but no, you pull up. And when you pull up on the joystick on mobile, you go down. So it's swapped. It's very interesting. I left Tokyo. Someone's shooting flares, so it looks like they're stranded. I'll probably go help them after this video. Oh, I can see. Wait, why don't I have the gear down? I'm keeping the gear down. Of course, this is based off of the A330, so it has that nice landing gear tilt for those nice smooth butter landings. It was so hard for me to land the Twin Otter here because I could not see the runway light, so I didn't know if I were too low or too low, or I just didn't give the game enough time to let the airport load in. I can see the airport in sight. Imagine if you're just at Perth International one day and you see the Airbus Beluga just going to try and land on top of the terminal. I gotta turn a bit. Come on. Flaps to slow down. You got that nice Airbus S call out. Come on. Come on. Come on. Easy does it.
Minimum 200.
Easy does it.
Stall.
Oh shoot, we're stalling.
100.
Pull up.
Retard.
Don't call me a retard, dude. Aha! Even though we were stalling, we did it. We landed on top of Perth. Imagine if people were just in the ATC tower and they just saw me do that. That would be interesting. So, I hope you enjoyed this PTFS review update of the PTFS update from yesterday and the Airbus Beluga, A340, and A330 remodel. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we have the cargo variant of the A330 now. So, that's cool, but we only have one livery, DHL. Well, see you in the next video. Peace.